Fatu chokes out Roman Reigns once again.
JRW live. Hit the aisle, stack the card, chase that rare one, play it smart. Bobby Joe right by his side. JRW live ride. JRW live, let's go. Toy hunting shows on the road. Figure reviews, bold predictions too. WW week breaking it through.
What's up, guys? Today with the weekly set review of Monday Night Raw. They kicked out the show with Roman Reigns being pissed, act like he was going to go out to the stage and everything and see everybody. And Seth Rollins is in his way. He tells Roman Reigns that he's in his way. Seth Rollins has his entrance. He comes down to the ring, and before he even could say anything, from behind he gets speared by Braun Breaker, and Braun Breaker absolutely murders Seth Rollins. And then then security comes up and saves Seth Rollins from Braun Breaker being an absolute lunatic, taking him out. This is starting to get really old of every single week Braun Breaker just spearing Seth Rollins. It's just boring. Then JD McDonough went one-on-one with Finn Balor, and this match wasn't terrible. Dirty Dom got ejected by the referee. But meanwhile, backstage before this match, Liv Morgan pressed Roxanne Perez about how she allowed Finn Balor in the hangout of the hangout. And she's like, you got to prove yourself that you're worthy. And Roxanne Perez helps JD McDonough win this match by taking the ring bell hammer that Dirty Dom had and hit Finn Balor, and then JD McDonough picks up the victory, and then Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Roxanne Perez, and JD McDonough the whole Judgment Day, besides Dom because he got ejected, stood tall. Maybe this is the end of Finn Balor and he can move on from this stupid-ass Judgment Day storyline, because honestly, in my opinion, I'm getting so tired of the Judgment Day. Like, it's just the same thing over and over and over, because I got a feeling, then I'm like already starting to get a feeling Roxanne Perez is going to kick out Liv Morgan. She's going to go out to the world title, and I feel like this is just going to be like a forever going on storyline of girls getting kicked out and Dirty Dom always getting the girls. Like, I feel like it worked because I don't know why Dirty Dom always worked with like getting the girls and stuff like that storyline, but it's starting to get a little stale because we did it first with Rhea Ripley, then now Liv Morgan, and now potentially Roxanne Perez. It's like, come on, get something original now. Then Ethan Page and Rusev teamed up, and Rusev told Ethan Page, if we don't win this match, you're going to have to deal with me, and you don't have to worry about Javon Evans and Penta, which that's who they fought, Javon Evans and Penta. And this match wasn't too bad. Obviously, the most of the match was to elevate Ethan Page, show him off, because he's a new member of the main roster. Ethan Page looked great in this match and everything. They actually picked up the victory. I thought Javon was actually going to win the match for Penta and him, because Javon was cooking. He was doing some crazy stuff. But Ethan Page took out Javon Evans, threw him out of the ring. Rusev was on ringside and slammed Penta onto the announce table. Didn't break the table, but threw him in the ring. Ethan Page hit a interesting looking suplex and actually picked up the victory with it, which I'm like, whoa, that was interesting. I thought he was going to do his finisher, but he didn't. I'm like, interesting. But he picks up the victory and pins the Intercontinental Champion. So that's a huge thing for Ethan Page. Second match, I believe, on the main roster, pinning the Intercontinental Champion, which is Penta. Penta's awesome superstar, so this is kind of a big deal for Ethan Page. I have a feeling down the road we're going to see like a fatal four-way or something between all these guys for the Intercontinental title. I've been saying this for the past couple weeks. I just got a good feeling that we're going to get a really cool fatal four-way for the Intercontinental title between all of them. Then Sol Ruka signed her Monday Night Raw contract in the ring with Adam Pearce, and Becky Lynch butted her head in people's business, coming down to the ring, talking about how dare you let she was just like pretty much saying how she's the best, obviously, and she's like, how dare you, Adam Pearce, let somebody like Io Sky enter my open challenge? And then Sol Ruka had enough. She's like, do you ever shut up? And she's like, well, I guess that everybody was right about telling you that you're a flaming bitch. I'm like, damn. And Becky Lynch was like, Adam Pearce, you're gonna let her talk to me like that? And then Sol Ruka hit her finishing flipping like RKO type like cutter moved on Becky Lynch, which she absolutely butchered it because she slipped and then had to redo it. Yeah, that move, in my opinion, is really dumb because it's not realistic at all. That somebody's going to stand there and she's going to do a flip and then RKO. And it's like, I don't like it at all. She needs to change it up because obviously she messed it up on her big debut on Monday Night Raw. Logan Paul is still pissed at Joe Hendry for what he did last week, but he did not get the match. Austin Theory had the match against Joe Hendry. Before the match, Joe Hendry had his little concert again about Logan Paul needing to get fired, which I know a lot of people love his song because they want to see Logan Paul get fired. That is exactly why Logan Paul shouldn't get fired. He is a fantastic heel. He looks the part, and that man is putting the work in. He's a great wrestler. I used to hate on him. You can go back to like 2-3 years ago in my videos. I hated on him, but I got so much respect for Logan Paul now. He is a hell of a wrestler. He's on TV every single week. He is awesome. He used to be just every once in a while on TV. He's always on TV. He's doing house shows now. Logan Paul is the man. But Logan Paul had enough during this match. Austin Theory going one-on-one with Joe Hendry because Joe Hendry ended up having the upper hand. Logan Paul attacks him and starts beating the holy hell out of him. Austin Theory is putting the boots to him as well. And then the Street Profits music hits, and the Street Profits come down to the ring. They take out Logan Paul and Austin Theory. Then Braun Breaker got in the ring and started taking out the Street Profits. When Seth Rollins came out and beat up Braun Breaker, he tearing into Braun Breaker, beating him up. And then Montez Ford jumps over Seth Rollins outside of the ring, taking out Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and his own teammate, Angelo Dawkins. But while he did that, he distracted Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins got speared once again by Braun Breaker, so Braun Breaker stands tall once again. Seth Rollins almost stood tall, but by the distraction of Montez Ford. I'm really hoping the Street Profits and Logan Paul and Austin Theory have a great tag title match down the road, because I feel like that should be absolutely awesome. But the Braun Breaker always experienced Seth Rollins standing tall is starting to get a little old. Hopefully their match, though, at Backlash this weekend's good. Then we had a sit down between Io Sky and Asuka, and then pretty much talking about their match at Backlash and how their history. And Asuka got pissed off when she beat up Io Sky. Security breaks it up. It was a sit down interview backstage. I really have no interest in this feud. I've expressed that multiple times with the weekend reviews. I just find this storyline. Now Kairi Sane got released, so it's even more awkward than watching this because she got released and she's not a part of it, and she was a huge part of this. It's just weird now. Then Obafemi had his first open challenge, Obafemi open challenge match, and Otis accepted. It originally looked like Akira Tozawa did, but then Otis stepped in the ring, and Obafemi destroyed Otis. The only thing I have against Obafemi, I love Obafemi. They're trying to book him like Goldberg. Goldberg would have been able to pop up Otis and hit him with the powerbomb, and he couldn't do that. He had to set Otis on the turnbuckles and then powerbomb. Freaking, if you're going to book him like Goldberg, you got to be able to do some moves on heavy people, because you got to look back. Goldberg freaking jackhammered Big Show at 400 pounds. Like it was absolutely nothing. Otis is not 400 pounds. I don't know. I wish Otis would have been. I wish Obafemi was able to get Otis up for that big power round. Like he did, but he had to use the ropes as help. I don't know. It's just like, come on, man. If you're gonna use this move on everybody, you're gonna act like you're this big powerful guy. You got to be able to do it on everybody. Then this match, which found so weird. The original El Gran Americano and then the Creed brothers are now El Gran Americano like guys. They got luchador matches. They teamed up with the OG El Gran Americano to take on the real El Gran Americano, and it's Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, but their versions of the luchador people. So it was a 6-man tag match, and I'm so tired of this, like all these actual real good wrestlers wearing masks and stuff. Like, come on, can we just get this over with? At the end of the month, there is a mask versus mask match in AAA for the OG El Gran Americano, the real El Gran Americano. I hope it's done once the match is over in May, because it's just getting so tiring. I have the new figure, which is cool. I hope there's just one that stays, and then everybody else drops the mask. One person can have the mask, and then all these other guys, the Creed brothers, they're a good tag team. Why are they wearing masks? And then let Chad Gable be a real wrestler. It's just getting so tiring. But the OG El Gran Americano and the Creed brothers beat the real El Gran Americano and his goons. So I don't know where this is going to go. But yeah, I don't watch AAA, so I guess we'll have to see what happens when they have their match at the end of the month. Then it was main event time. It was the contract signing for the World Heavyweight Championship between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Roman Reigns comes down to the ring, and then Jacob Fatu comes down to the ring. They sit down. Adam Pearce is there. He's like, you know the rules. 2 signatures. The match is official at Backlash for the world title. And Roman Reigns signs. Jacob Fatu signs. And Roman just starts tearing into Jacob Fatu about how, like, you're only here because of Solo. Well, guess what? You're only here because of me, because I brought Solo in. And then it's just tearing him apart. And then he says something about pretty much saying that Jacob Fatu is below him. And Jacob Fatu snaps. And he grabs Roman Reigns again. He starts choking him out. But Roman Reigns breaks free and starts beating up Jacob Fatu. And then Jacob Fatu grabs him again and starts choking him out like he did last week. And then Roman breaks free and hits him with the Superman punch. But it doesn't stop him. Jacob Fatu still starts choking him. And Adam Pearce is trying to break it up. And Roman Reigns is holding on to Adam Pearce like, save me, save me. And then Jacob Fatu is choking him, grabs him, slams him through the table. The table did not break. But Roman rolls over, and then Jacob Fatu flips the table on Roman Reigns, and Jacob Fatu stands tall once again over the World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns. So it's obvious that Roman's going to retain it. Backlash. Just Jacob Fatu's been dominating Roman Reigns. There's no way Jacob Fatu also wins. I just not seeing it, especially Roman's first title defense. But I've been loving this build up to Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu on Raw. Honestly though, the Usos being involved with the Jacob Fatu and SmackDown and everything, Jacob Fatu, you be in Raw, let SmackDown wrestlers do SmackDown, because like they don't need to be a part of SmackDown's main event and Raw's main event. But there you go, guys. That was the weekend setup review of Monday Night Raw this week. This Monday Night Raw, personally to me, was not entertaining at all. Right now, WWE is getting pretty boring. We're getting like really boring, in my opinion. Like, pretty much not much interest at all in this Monday Night Raw. SmackDown this past week was rough. It's just like, I don't know what's going on. They're releasing people. They released the New Day. It's starting to get frustrating that WWE's falling apart. But we're going to continue to watch. We're going to continue to do weekend set reviews until it gets absolutely terrible. Like, if it keeps on going downhill, who knows where this goes for the setup reviews and stuff. I'm going to continue them until it's, like, miserable to watch. Right now, it's not miserable to watch, but it's definitely not super entertaining. So I'm going to give this Monday Night Raw a 2 out of 5. You guys might disagree, but this show is just not it for me. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, stay tuned for wrestling figure content because we post every single day on this YouTube channel. Awesome wrestling figure content. You don't want to miss out. So I'll see you guys in the next one.